Stop selling and start closing. Guys, so many wholesalers have stopped the closing process in wholesaling real estate. So many wholesalers have stopped closing at all. They have all gone into selling, or what the modern cool guru has said in wholesaling real estate. And the honest truth, and I am begging everybody watching this video right now, you have to start going back to closing sellers. Closing sellers is what it's all about. Do not try to be this person trying to sell yourself on how you're the greatest closer of all time and everyone should go follow me and all these blah, 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 blah. I get this all the time. Guys, stop trying to imitate other people. Stop trying to be this person that's going to go and sell like crazy, right? You're not selling something in wholesaling real estate. We're just connecting with sellers and making offers. That is what this business is all about. So in today's video, I am specifically going to show you the 3 proven step process on how to close any wholesaling real estate deal. If you are stressed out right now in wholesaling and you want to go get deals, or you can't close a deal, or you can't do this or that, let me just really teach you guys really quick. If you're going out in this business and you want to start getting wholesaling deals, there's 3 things to do. There's no selling involved. There's no crazy rapport building at all. There's none of these crazy complicated guru strategies at all, honestly. I'm just being honest with you guys on how to actually start closing wholesaling deals. There's 3 things we got to focus on. And if we focus on these 3 things, we're actually going to get a ton of wholesaling deals. It's unbelievable the amount of people that overcomplicate this business. Guys, I got my first deal at 17 years old and not really knowing what to do, kind of fumbling around. But you know, going back, it's like, oh, I didn't know what I was doing, but I kind of did, because I just did these 3 simple things, and people that are starting out in wholesaling that actually close wholesaling deals, they only do these 3 simple things. And so before I break it down, before I get into it, before I share exactly my 3-step closure framework system, can I make it sexy and crazy package for you to get you to click more? I don't know, but I'm just going to tell you how to close deals. That's all I can do. I'm doing it for free, guys. Most people pay $5 grand, $6, $7 grand for a seminar how to close wholesaling deals, and they make it super complicated. Oh, talk to my financing department, all these. I make it stupid simple. I make it easy for anybody watching this video to go out here and start closing wholesaling deals. But before I break it down, do me a favor, because we give this live wholesaling content every single week on these live streams. Do me a favor, help support the channel. Go out here and smash that like button. Always comment below your questions. Love helping you guys out. And please hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit over 100,000 YouTube subscribers on the Flip Clerk YouTube channel. By you hitting that bell notification icon, it helps us one step further towards that goal. We got to flex on a guru. We got to make sure that when people are getting wholesaling content, it's the best wholesaling content out there from someone that's done thousands of deals. So I'm excited about this, and let's break this all down. So I did say I've closed a good amount of deals. So I think I know what I'm doing here. I've currently closed over 2,000 wholesaling real estate deals. Now, 2,000 have officially I have made offers to and done. No, they're in the thousands, but a lot of them have been JVs for the past year and a half. It's jumping up like crazy. But what I can tell you is, out of the 1,000+ deals that I've actually gone out here and closed a motivated seller myself, there's a really simple process for doing this. And the problem is, a lot of people don't know what it is. And I know it's not really a confidence problem, right? It's really that knowledge of just how to keep it there. Because if you know how to use this framework, I mean, you need the confidence, obviously. It'll help you out. But it ain't going to be this thing that's going to change the world. So let's get the intro going. Let's get you going. And let's get into it. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Snap! We're back here. We're ready to go. So let's break it all down. After the thousands of deals I've talked to sellers, gotten them to say yes, done these, it's all through really the simple 3-step framework. So let's break this all down. Let's get into it and let's just share this. So let's first and foremost, we have to address the issue of the modern wholesaler. We have to start with the problem. A lot of people go out to me saying, I'm so scared to close a seller. I can't close a seller. I can't do this or this or that or all these things, right? I'm terrible at closing sellers. I'm terrible at this. And let's talk about the honest dang truth about the issue with selling, the issue with these modern wholesalers. They are just selling. I don't know how to explain this, but like they're fake. And I don't understand. I mean, this is why I do so well against my competition, why I've always done well against my competition, because the modern wholesaler tries to pretend to be a realtor. They try to pretend to be a Jordan Belfort trying to sell a stock. They pretend to be this car salesman. And it's so unnatural to me. I think that's why I automatically got really good at wholesaling, because I'm naturally good at having conversations with people and I guess being friendly, right? I'm kind of no nonsense to a point on it, but to a fault, I can only say the truth. And so when I do that, I close a lot of sellers because I just put it in the frameworks I do. And the point of the video today and the point of talking today is y'all need to stop selling and just start closing, all right? The selling point ain't gonna work. The point out here of trying to learn how to talk to sellers and all these crazy complicated things, you don't need to be that. You just gotta make it really stupid simple. So let's break down this easy framework, right? So it's a 3-step process. I've always said it. Process number 1 is qualify. A lot of wholesalers, and this is the modern wholesaler issue, I could say, is they try to sell, okay, a seller that doesn't want to be sold, right? And the best analogy I always say is you're trying to sell a Reese's peanut butter cup to a person that's definitely allergic to peanut butter. I don't care how good of a salesman you are. I don't care how cool you are. You ain't selling the peanut butter to the person that's going to die by eating it, right? Like that's terrible. Okay, why would I do that? Oh, I'm going to sell you. Let me sell you a malfunction discount parachute. No one's going to buy it, right? What's the point? And a lot of you guys aren't qualifying your seller. And the sad truth in wholesaling real estate, I don't know or understand why, but I can't grasp this concept with a lot of wholesalers sometimes. But 98 to 99% of people that own houses will never, ever, ever be a wholesaling deal. Why is that? Because they want the most for the house. That is the dang truth. There's no other way I can box this in and show you and mix it up. They're just not going to be a good wholesaling deal. They want the most for the house. And I frankly say they should do that. If you want the most of your house, don't deal with a wholesaler. Do not deal with somebody that buys houses for cash. Deal with somebody that is a realtor, right? That's going to list the house and do all the fancy schmancy stuff, right? And your house should be in very good condition, very nice. It shouldn't be ugly, right? And a lot of people try this. That they try to put a square into the circle hole, and that's not working. Wholesaling sucks. That's not it. You're not qualifying the seller. This is as simple. Let's talk about being a peanut butter salesman. Ask your client if they like peanut butter. That's it. And if they say no, don't try to sell them. That's what I do in wholesaling, like qualifying. Like, what do I do? Hey, are you the owner of the house? Okay, so am I talking to a tenant or the owner? Okay, and are you interested in selling that property? Yes. Okay, boom. All right, like, hey, we're in business here. Now we can start kind of going down the line here. You'd be very surprised how every single person that says they want to sell the house, wholesalers automatically believe this is the next wholesaling deal. Once they say they're interested in the house, okay, like it's not even close to a wholesaling deal for me, right? And simply it's like, how do I talk to a seller? Like, what do I say? I do one acronym. It's MCTP: motivation, condition, time frame, and price. This is something the real estate ancient text from the 40s and 50s of Rick's library has. Rick's been doing it since 2004 or 5. This little quick sentence acronym, and this is the one that I've always used. But when you talk to somebody that wants to sell their property, you talk about M, motivation. You talk about C, condition. You talk about T, time frame, and P, price. I mean, simple as that. So let's talk about this really quick. Motivation. Why is the seller looking to sell the house? This is a big takeaway. If the seller wants to sell the house because they want the most of the house for the property, and the house is all beautiful because of the condition, like it's not going to be a good deal. If If the motivation's like, I lost my job, I'm sick of being a landlord, this property just needs too much repairs, there's a probate, it's like, okay, that's a legit reason why someone would want to sell the property for a discount. And we're not here to judge, we're not here to analyze their motivation, but if it seems like a legit motivation, we can go on to the next steps, right? We're going to talk about the condition. If the house is like a $4 or $5 million mansion, it's not going to be a good wholesaling deal. We got to talk about condition. Does it need work, repairs, things like that? Time frame. What's the time frame they're looking to sell? If they're not looking to sell within 2, 3, or 4 months, it's probably not a good wholesaling deal. But these are questions we have to ask. And piece price, what price they want to sell it. We want to get deals for a good discount, right? That's the point here. And so we go to step 2 here, which is connect. And this is a very important one. This is one I don't think a lot of wholesalers understand either. This is the problem with the modern day wholesaler. That's why the modern day wholesaler is not doing as well as people are trained at Wholesaling.com, is because they don't know how to truly make a connection with the seller. I would say the younger wholesalers probably have it worse than anybody else, because wholesalers my age, right? Or let's say wholesalers that are 17, 18, 19 years old, they grew up with a stinking cell phone. They don't know how to connect or have conversations. They're a little more nervous to do it, right? And I'm not making fun of my generation, but I kind of am. That their social skills are a lot worse than people that are older. And that's the dang truth. Okay, I deal with a lot of people on a daily basis, and I'm 23 years old. And so as of a wholesaler that's been doing it for 7 years, I know my generation. They suck at communication, a lot of problems with that. And so that's not a problem with you, right? Like, you just got to gain those skills. And those are skills you gain just as a kid or something. But because you probably don't have them, I'm here to teach you to them. So don't worry about it. But I'm just saying it's a bad problem. And so how do you get good at talking to sellers? How do you get good at building rapport and connections, especially if you're a young wholesaler or someone that doesn't have the social skills for it, right? You just got to learn how to build rapport by asking questions. That's it. So rapport is a connection. Hey, I like this person. I don't like this person, right? A lot of social cues. We have a free wholesaling course for Wholesaling.com where we break this all step by step. But a lot of building a connection and understanding a seller and having the seller understand you, and you really truly communicating to them that you understand them, comes from asking questions. And if I can only relay one point to you guys about connecting with a seller and then really getting them to choose you over any other of your competition, right? And I get that all the time. Oh, there's so many wholesalers where there's 4 or 5 other people getting offers. How do you win? How do you win? You connect with the seller. That's why it's step 2. It's why you don't skip we don't go to step 1 then 3, right? We do step 2. This is, if not one of the most important ones. How do you build rapport with somebody? Do you do it by flashing your muscles? Do you do it by having the most attractive smile in the world? No. You build rapport by just asking questions. And this has been a revelating fact for me, a big shock in my life. But once I figured that out, closing deals became really easy. And a lot of wholesalers don't talk about this. Behind $6,000 or $7,000 wholesaling guru acquisitions programs is talked about like this. But if you could just ask questions to your sellers, that's what it's all about. Sellers like talking about themselves. People like talking about themselves. You want to make friends. You want to do all these things, right? Look at all the books, how to make friends and influence people, right? All these classic books about having relationships, not just romantic, but like business relationships and like friendships and things. A lot of it is just having people understand you and you understanding the other person. And it's really fundamental stuff. And how those building blocks get built? They're all through asking questions. And, friendships like, hey, how are you? What do you do for work? They have jokes, blah, 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 blah. But like with motivated sellers, it's like, first of all, you got MCTP, right? But it's like, hey, like, what do you do for fun? Okay, well, can you tell me about this house? Like, oh my gosh, who did the drywall there? Wow, okay. And then just keep talking like, oh wow, you want to move to Georgia? Where in Georgia? I got family in Georgia. But like basic stuff like that, like it's not like a concrete thing I can tell you, like ask you specific questions, but you just by asking questions and do it, right? And so the one thing I can tell you is, again, sellers love talking about themselves. So if you want to get a really good chance of getting the deal, I tell all my acquisitions people, and this is personally our guide for acquisitions for our team, is you just got to focus on what we call the 80-20 rule. And what is the 80-20 rule? The 80-20 rule is basically a rule when we are talking to a motivated seller. So 80 plus 20 is 100%. So 80%, 20%, right? We want 20% of the conversation to be our team talking, and we want the 80%, so 20% is our team talking. We want 80% of that conversation to be the seller talking. So this is always the biggest question. It's like, okay, if I'm only talking 20% of the time, what do I say? Because it's a lot less than the 80%. It's like, just ask questions. If you ask questions 20%, people will talk about themselves for the 80%. And guess what? You doing that, seller's going to build massive rapport with you. And it sounds really stupid. It sounds a little weird, but like, honestly, if you just do this, your seller's going to be like, wow, this person actually cares about my situation. Because when you ask questions, it's another way of showing you care. And it's never talked about by any guru, but like, it's true. Once you ask a bunch of questions and the seller actually truly knows that you care, they're going to take you over to other wholesalers. You start making more money. You're going to start doing more deals, and that's the point. And so the key part about Connect, right, step 2, is let the seller understand you. And I cannot stress this enough. Not a lot of people do this, but let the seller, first of all, it's important for the seller to know that you understand them and stuff. Like, right, that's great. And it's important that you understand them, but like, let the seller understand you too. Okay, this is not a one-way relationship, right? It's two ways business-wise. So let the seller know who you are, what you're looking to do, and all these things. Now, the way I do it is, hey, my name is Zach. I'm looking to buy a couple houses for cash with me and my partner. I make it stupid simple because it's easy to follow, it's easy to understand, and it's the dang truth, right? But the next part here is just, this is the most important part, but like, understand the seller. And I know it's cheesy or like, oh yeah, okay, I understand the seller. Okay, I really care. I just want to make money. No, like legit care. Okay, like it's, a lot of people give what they call sympathy, right? They call it, sympathy. I don't care about the sympathy, right? Like, oh, I care. Okay. You got to know the difference between sympathy and empathy. You have to show empathy for the seller, not sympathy. Sympathy is like, okay, here's some brownie points. But empathy is like, I hurt hearing that information, right? So, bad news happens. Somebody's family member passes away. You should honestly feel bad for that. Like, if you're a general human being that actually cares about other people, like that should be like, oh, that's terrible. Like you should actually feel for them. That's why women are way better closers than men, because women can show empathy a lot better. It's not that women have more empathy than men, but women can share that a lot better, which shares an understanding, okay? Like you actually feeling bad, like, oh, I'm so sorry that happened. My condolences. Versus, oh, sorry that happened. My condolences. Like it just, it's more of it's a slight thing, but just showing you care. I know it seems stupid. I know, this so what George Belfort does, right? It's not what the closer king guy does. I don't care. What gets you millions of dollars in wholesaling, that's what it's all about. So that's step 2. Step 3, again, you could call this the most important part. Also, it's not the most important part because really step 3 means nothing without step 1 or 2, but this is the offer, okay? Like this is us just spitting the offer out. And the one uncomfortable truth about the offer I have to tell you is your offer is most likely going to be denied. I hate to say it. It's true. Your offer is most likely going to be denied. And once you understand that you should actually, your goal of the conversation is to actually get the offer denied, start making a lot of money in this business. A lot of things start changing for you. So understand that. Think about your offer. The offer is just giving out a price to the seller that should be a deal for you. It should be a low-priced offer. You should do what we call go for the no. We actually don't get it closed. Like you don't get the first offer closed, right? Because it's so low, they have to come back and do it from there, right? The one thing you guys got to understand is anyone, and I mean anyone, can close a badly priced wholesaling deal. Think about that for a second. Anyone can close a bad priced deal. So if the price is just too high on the property, too high on the deal, anyone and their mom can close that. I'm just letting you know, like anyone, okay? Anyone can close a deal when they offer $1 million for a house that's worth $250,000. Anyone can do that, right? It doesn't take a rocket scientist. It doesn't take a genius for that, right? It doesn't. Anyone can do it. But the real closer gets the contract at a great discount price, an actual price of a deal that's way below what the thing's actually worth, so we can make some money. That's the point. All right, a real closer, while we talk about closing, is they actually get a deal that's going to make a ton of money. And being good at closing is the difference between you making $5,000 on a deal, 15, 20, Biggest wholesaling deal, $115,000. This is all from closing. And so once you understand that, oh, it's not that sexy or cool to actually care about the seller. It's not sexy or cool to actually talk to motivated sellers for long points of time. It's not cool or sexy to actually qualify the seller and spend extra time with the seller and do the 80-20% rule. I know that stuff sounds sexy, but you know what's sexy? Making $40,000, $50,000 on a wholesaling deal. Yeah, that's cool. Everyone wants to get the $40,000, $50,000 deal, but nobody wants to do the thing that actually it takes to get the $50,000 deal. I'm telling you, you want to get the big wholesaling deals. You want to be a good closer. Start doing the things that aren't cool. But I'll tell you, they're cool to me because I know they actually lead to wholesaling deals. So what's the definition of success? How do you start becoming this closer? What's the best tips I can give to you? It's pretty simple, okay? Have confidence. And confidence is something you can drill in from experience, or you can drill it in with a belief in what you say. Now, the best combination with confidence I've always found is actually mixing the two, having a belief in what you say and actually have the experience to match it up. But so what is confidence here? Confidence, again, is a belief in what you say. So when I tell you, hey, I'm looking to buy your house for cash, me and my partner, do you see how I'm saying that without any hesitation? I'm not saying that all stressed out. I'm not like, hey, my name is Zach, and I'm looking to buy your house for cash. Do you see the difference between that? I believe in what I say. And so I'm looking you straight dead in the eye, say, hey, my name is Zach. I'm looking to buy your house for cash, me and my partner. Do you see how that one's going to do a lot better than the other one? Now, me saying that once versus me saying it twice or something, like one's not going to lead to more money than the other. Okay, like starting out. But I don't have to have 50 grand in my bank account to go start doing that. I don't have to have $5 million in my bank account or $50 million in my bank account to go sound like I'm confident. It's all about language and how we're speaking. It seems a little tiny little thing, but actually it's a huge difference. Next here is vision. You have to have a vision of what you want in your life. You have to have a vision of where you're going to take your wholesaling business. And you also have to have a vision on where the conversation is going to go when you're talking to a motivated seller. If you do not have a vision of how that's going to work, you're not going to do well. Okay, you have to have a vision of what you want to do. And if your vision of talking to that motivated seller is not leading down to the offer, you're not going to do well. So have that vision. Have that 20/20 vision, or that, what they call it, clairvoyance, it's a new word I learned, I guess. But clairvoyance is basically where, it's where you can kind of see the future a little, right? And the point of this is when I talk to sellers, a lot of people can see this in my live cold calls I do. I'm asking questions and they're all leading up to one massive question at the end. And a lot of these are like, well, if you're looking to sell it for 120 and it's been listed for this long, what's going on? After I lead them down that road, because I have the vision of bringing that down to closing. I know it's a little advanced. I get it, right? I'm not going to get too much into that, but some of my more advanced closers can appreciate that and see that in my live cold calls. The last one's patience. Guys, you've seen me when I do live. That's the best example because you've actually seen me live cold call and actually close sellers live. A lot of these live cold calls, people are like, I'm in 40 minutes with this one seller, 40 minutes. Everyone's like, just end the call already. Just lowball them. Oh, this is so boring. It happens all the time. And the people that watch me close consistently are like, whoa, just wait. He's setting it up. He's got to set the hook. That's how you catch the fish. The impatient person is never going to win. And I will talk to a seller, and I'll be very patient with the seller. And because I'm with that patience, it shows this person actually cares what I'm saying. And I'm leading them down the line, and it all comes down to that lowball offer. And once that lowball offer is out there and actually talk for that long, they're more likely to take that offer. And that's actually how you end up not selling, but closing. That is the point, guys and gals. So if you want to learn exactly my top closing systems, guys, I have hours and hours and hours of closing content, me talking to sellers live, closing them for you, all edited perfectly. It's in a free wholesaling course. It's called freewholesaling.com. I'll show you exactly from start to finish how you can start closing wholesaling real estate deals without really any experience or money at all. It's a free wholesaling course. It's the largest wholesaling course in the country. If you want to do that, we'll start closing deals. Go to freewholesaling.com and it'll lead you to wholesaling success. So, what is up, guys? I am on family vacation, so that's pretty cool. Whole family's together for a cool vacation spot, and I'm never stopping my lives. You already know that, okay? We got it all set up. As long as the internet's working here, I can talk, right? And so what I wanted to do today was I want to talk about closing. I want to talk about sales and things like that. And most importantly, okay, I want to help you out in this business, right? And I know a lot of you guys can watch my videos and hear me talk, but I think another really important key point is you guys can ask questions and I can help you out with it. So let's talk to you guys out. Let's see what questions you guys have and how I can help you guys out. Obviously, we're going to do one-on-ones today, everything like that. So let me get some water and let's start breaking it all down. So, all right. Okay, so first question from Diana says, do you still need to find someone to go out with your cash buyer if you're virtual, even if it's a vacant property? That's actually a really good question. If you are virtual right now, I would say you should have someone go buy it. If you are doing that for a vacant property, I think it's important, especially if you haven't closed with that seller, that cash buyer before. Now, I've had deals where I've closed with the cash buyer, okay, before, like 3 or 4 times, and I trust them enough. If it's a vacant house with a lockbox, they can go through it. But usually I'll pay someone $75, $80 to walk the cash buyer through the property when there's a seller present, just so we don't have an issue with that. Someone to keep someone in line. It's like a little babysitter. And I know it's kind of stupid for me, but I've gotten burned on deals enough times with my experience that it's worth the extra $80, $90 just to make sure the $20,000 deal closes to me. But, you know, everyone's different with it. All right. Alma says, love how you express your examples. Alma, thank you. At least people appreciate my analogies sometimes, you know. I think some people appreciate the analogies. Awesome, awesome. MCTP 8020, I'll write it on a sticky and have it on my monitor. But guys, we use CallRail for our call recordings. And CallRail is pretty cool because with CallRail, it shows you actually how much customer, they call it customer, the person you're calling, and client, the employee or whatever, the caller and the receiving end on it, whatever it was, it shows you the percentages on it. It shows you how much the person on the other line was talking, how much you're talking. And it's great because I go back to my acquisitions people, meetings, I'm like, okay, let's pop this up. It says here 60-40. Well, why is it 60-40, right? You're talking about yourself a little too much. It's a really easy play to do. Now, everyone can obviously be different, but that's honestly what I found. Joy says, I have a tired landlord who wants to get rid of all 50 properties. Okay, I like this. Commercial, single family, home duplexes. Should I do all 50 contracts? Would be my first deal. So 50 is a lot to chew. The most I think I've ever done in one time is about 9. All right. And obviously multifamily, I consider it 1. So whatever. But do one contract first. And once you do one contract to show trust and proof, then do contract 2, 3, 4. And then you can start doing a multiple. Now, you want the question of how you should do all these. I would probably say you should do them all separate contracts just to make it cleaner, because it'd be hard to find one cash buyer to buy 50 at a time. Okay, it'd be tough for me to pour a quick $12 million in 1 month into one deal without doing a lot of like just due diligence on every property. It's not even the cash for me. Like, it's not even the cash for the cash buyer. It's like the due diligence on every property. And if you're going to do them all at once, it'd be a little tough. But yeah, relationships are key. Motivation, condition, time frame, price. Exactly. What's up, Juan? Cold calling. Love to see it. Let's see. So just nervous about the questions I got to ask the seller about the property. This is actually probably one of the easiest ones I could tell you. When you're talking to a motivated seller, the question should really come easy, if that makes sense. And so think about this. If you're looking to buy someone's car, do you get nervous to go out here and look at the car? No, because it's just a car. You got to understand why you're being nervous with it. I have personally found why people are nervous talking to motivated sellers or going on the appointment is, number one, there is anxiety of what's going to happen, right? And the anxiety usually goes away after you've done enough of them. And so, you know, someone said they like my example, so I'll give another example. If you ever have a spouse or whatever, you know, when you go on that first date, you're super nervous because you don't want to screw it up. You're so nervous to screw it up. but you're dating someone for 3 or 4 years and you go on a date, right? You're not too nervous if you screw it up, because if you screw it, like it's fine, right? Like whatever, if it's screwed up, you have a better one the next day, right? But like, it's because you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's going on, and you're a little nervous about that, right? I personally found too, when you're talking to a seller, you treat it like you're buying a car. When you buy a car, you make it simple. Hey, can you show me around the car? Can you tell me about the car? You don't act like you're a car mechanic. You don't act like you're the expert when buying cars. You don't do any of that stuff. You simply just ask simple questions about the car and you talk about the price. That is it, right? It just, do not overcomplicate this. I have found people overcomplicate it, never do well. Just don't be doing that. It drives me crazy. So what I want to do too is just do a little bit of one-on-ones. I love talking to people. I love having conversations with you guys and your real world problems in wholesaling and how to help you guys out. So let me show y'all really quick how to get the streamer link to hop on and talk to me. It's in the Wholesaling Houses for Real Facebook group. So all you got to do here is, let me show you. Here it is, Wholesaling Houses for Real. You click the feature tab. You click the streamer link right there, and boom, you get to get in, talk to me, and I can help you out. So without further ado, let's pop it all out. Let's get it going, and let's see how I can help everyone out. So first off, we got I Came From Zero. What's up, man? I can't hear you. Let me see if it's my problem or your problem. Speakers.
It might be me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Okay, sorry about that. Not much. So I just had a question just regarding my Flip with Rick Plus account. I can't log in for some reason.
Did you email the support?
Yeah, I email support. They sent me the link, but it's still the same thing that I'm having. Like, it's not prompting me. Even when I put in the email in the can John be in the communities, it says there's no account found.
Okay. Well, do me a favor, just email the support and then put on the subject, show to Zach, and then it'll get forwarded to me. All right, I'll help you out.
Okay, because
only thing I can tell you is do incognito. Get the login link. Go do incognito. Do it on a desktop, and see if that works. It should work. If it's not working, I'll set you up.
Okay.
I'll look at it.
I had a question regarding a specific property. I hear you. So should I wait to ask my question regarding like a specific property? I just wanted to make sure my numbers were accurate.
How about you do this? How about you go to incognito? Do you have a computer on you right now?
No, it's at home, but as soon as I get back home, I can do it.
Try that. I personally would try that. Let me write down. Also, just DM me on. Do you DM me on Facebook at all?
Yeah, I sent you a message last night.
Okay, I will personally pin it right now, and when I have some free time later tonight, I'll go help you out with it. All right?
All right, I appreciate it.
You're the only person I've ever had an issue with this. What's the name on the DM?
The Farai, Farai, Sean, Sean.
All right, I'm gonna have to search it. I have too many. Farai. Let's go here. Search people. All right. Why is it not popping up for me? Farai. When did you do this? Yesterday?
Yeah, last night.
All right, let me go here. It's not D, right?
No.
Is this Facebook or Instagram?
Facebook.
Yeah, I don't see it. Just email it. Just give me an email and email me your Facebook name too. I'll figure it out.
Okay, I'll go ahead and send it right now.
All right, man. I appreciate it. I'll go help you out. Don't worry. You got my word, all right?
No, I got you.
Why isn't it working? Let me try one more. Hold on.
Yeah, F as in Frank, Arai. Middle name Sean.
Wait, Farai.
AI.
Farai.
Yep. Then Sean, Sean.
Bro, I have. All right, I got Farai space what?
Sean, Sean. And then last name is M as in Michael, Achamire.
Gotcha. Oh, there it is. All right, I'm going to pin it right now, and I'll help you out later, all right?
Okay, for sure. Just quick question. So Should I send with that DM? Should I send my question that I have about the property that I'm asking for?
Yeah, send it through that. I can look at it later today too. All right.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much, man.
Boom. Awesome. He's the only person I've ever had a problem logging in. I'll help him out. I'll figure it out and give it to support people. All right. Next here we got Montel. Hello. Montel. Dang. Juan.
Yo, what up, Zach?
How's the cold calling going?
Follow me? Hello?
How's the cold calling going?
It's going great, man. Can't complain. I mean, just
Awesome.
getting the nose, you know. But yeah, actually, with the cold calling, it's going really well. I actually, for everybody that's listening, you know, I come from sales, so I did have that approach before, and I saw that it wasn't working as well as, you know, just keeping it simple with the MCTP, and then just, hey, you know, are you the owner of 123 Main Street, and then just go into it. Works a lot better. It's been getting me good results. So I have a question about this lead that I had. So I talked to her yesterday, and she was like pretty open about, you know, selling, and I did get all the, you know, motivation, condition, time frame, and the price. So when I went to go look it up on PropStream, it's one of those that I've kind of had an issue with in the past, where it doesn't show the bedroom, and then I go look for it on Zillow too, just to kind of confirm that, and it doesn't have anything on there either for bedrooms. So I asked her right now, because she was going to talk to me at 4:30, and she's like, well, the house is the house has only been one owner. It was my friend's grandma, so I've been living there for the past 17 years, and from my knowledge, it's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. So she doesn't know if it's exactly that, but she assumes that because it was only one person that owned it prior to her. But I don't have any information, so it's kind of like I'm going based off her word. That's a three-bedroom, 1.5 bath. So is there any way around that to find like the exact, you know, bedrooms and baths?
How far is this place from you, or is it virtual?
It's virtual. I'm in Southern California, and this is in Oklahoma.
Okay, so property appraiser number one, if you can get that information, that's gonna be the best one.
What's that?
The property appraiser data.
Oh, okay. Where can I look that up?
The whatever county property appraiser website.
Okay, got you.
And then you can search the website on there, and it'll give you the actual square footage, the bed and bathroom, and it should give you a sketch of the property too.
Sketch of the property. Okay, cool.
Now, what's the true one to really do it? You bring someone by to take a picture of the house, and that won't lie, right? That's always the number one, because here's the problem.
Got it.
I get families that have 2 1s, and then they start like they split up the master and make it a 4-2. Like, oh, that's so gangster. No, but like it's still something you have to look at, right? And so pictures will always do the justice.
Got it.
So you just got to decide which one you want to do. But hey, if the price works, yeah, you'll make money on it. You can bring someone through, and then you can get the data from there. But if you're transparent with a seller, like if you're transparent with a cash buyer too, like, hey, I don't know exactly, but I know this is square footage, they should be fine. And always when the data's weird, I always just go off the square footage for
square footage. Okay, because it looks like it's most of the properties there are like 2 1s and some 3 1s, but it's mostly 2 1s.
I wouldn't be worried about it.
Okay, and then I kind of caught something too, right? So she was kind of like, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to move out of Oklahoma to, like, you know, the backcountry and stuff," and she seems kind of chill. And I was like, "All right, let me look into it." So then I actually looked into it, and there's a lien on it, a tax lien on it.
Okay.
So it's about $15,000.
I like it.
So that might be her motivation. I think, you know, she's just not telling me that.
She's just not paying the taxes. And if she doesn't want to tell you, don't make it a big deal, right?
Yeah.
It'll come out the closing. Hey, no big deal. Now, sometimes the seller's like, they think it's a secret. No one's going to know about it. But if you found out, the title company will find out.
Got it. Cool, man. Awesome. Yeah, those are the questions I had. And yeah, I'm just hitting it with So, oh yeah, another question I had on Sunday, which I wasn't able to get on the live. Now that I have it here in my notebook, so started full time starting this Saturday, and right now I have about a little bit less than 5,000 leads, and it was through the filtering of the high equity,
Mhm.
the filters that you guys have on the wholesaling, free wholesaling, and it's worked out pretty good. So I was just asking, since I'm calling about 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, I was would 5,000 be enough for a month when I'm like obviously recycling the people I haven't talked to?
I would say so. If you add government listing, I think you should be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna be working on that this week to try to pull the code violations.
Yeah, do that. And if you're doing the best areas where buyers actually want to buy, I think you should be fine.
Cool, man. Awesome. Yeah, I just wanted to get some reassurance. Appreciate your time, Zach.
Appreciate you. Keep it up.
All right, brother. Thank you. Bye.
Awesome. Boom. All right. Next here we got Moon Man. What's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
I'm blessed. What's up? How can I help you out?
Okay, so I have a property in Savannah, Georgia, but the mortgage, so basically the ARV is around 200. The repairs is about 30K or less, only painting cosmetics. But there's a mortgage of 179
Okay.
and the interest rate is 6%. And the years left on the loan is 29 years.
Okay.
So I was thinking that the original offer was 25K, but I was thinking maybe I could offer 5K and have a buyer pay mortgage, so it could be like a sub 2 deal.
Okay. Well, let's do the math here. Do you know what the PITI is on this one?
No.
Okay. So do you know anything about subject twos?
No, but no, I don't really know that much.
Okay. So I'm just asking you because it's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay. So you should go to freelisting.com. It does have subject twos and lease options and creative financing in it because you can wholesale those.
Okay.
So let's kind of run the numbers together with this. Okay. So 1st and foremost, what's the mortgage amount?
179.
179. And what is the MAO you've calculated on this deal?
Maximum allowable offer? I'd say originally it was 30K originally.
30K is the MAO?
Yeah.
So a cash buyer is willing to pay $30,000 on this house.
Yeah, that's the number I originally came up with.
When was this mortgage taken out?
When? I'd have to ask the seller that.
You don't know?
No.
You can go to public records and look it up.
Okay.
What I'm trying to understand is how is the mortgage 6 times the MAO? That is the most unheard of thing I've ever thought. So let's run back.
A big loan.
People don't, banks have a lot of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do they get a lot of money from being stupid?
No, they don't.
No, they don't. They don't give loans out like that. That's a loan you lose money on. So let's run the numbers back. What is the ARV?
Around 200K.
And you're saying 170K in repairs? How much is repairs?
30K max.
30K in repairs.
Mm-hmm.
So what calculation makes 170 multiplied by something $30,000?
Well, so the original offer was
Run the math to me.
okay. So ARV was around 200. I did I calculated the offer. The original offer was 25K, but then he told me that the mortgage was 179. That's what I'm saying. So
Moon Man.
Yeah.
Let's go back here, okay? Let's run back the numbers.
Okay.
You had 200,000 was your ARV.
Uh-huh.
Repairs were how much again?
30K.
30K. What's 200K minus 30K?
170.
170. So how did we get to 170 all the way to 30? Please tell me.
Okay, so
Show me the math.
okay. So 200K times 0.8. Let me see here.
Are you using Google numbers or Zach numbers?
Your numbers.
No. Are you using Guru numbers or Zach numbers for the MA?
Zach numbers.
Okay. Where in the world in freelisting.com should you calculate a percentage off of ARV only? I'll show you receipts. I think you're using a Guru formula. If you want to listen to a broke Guru, you can be broke just like them. It'd be a great combo. But I'm telling you, I wouldn't be doing this. My calculations at your MAO should be like 135.
135
to 140. So do you know my formula at Frills? Actually, no, let's go to freelisting.com together. All right.
Okay.
A little show and tell. So usually there's a breakdown in you not following the numbers that I have, which is fine. So let's go here. Let's do this together. All right. Have you gone through freelisting.com?
This happened in the past. Yeah.
Okay. In the past, which means not update. I update freelisting.com a lot. So we should probably go to ARV, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go to ARV. We're going to go, let's go figure out repair cost worksheet. All right. So this is my MAO formula. So if ARV is 170, it should be in this range. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Okay. So ARV is 200 minus 30,000 is equal to what?
170.
170. If I multiply 170 by, what does it say there? 80%, that's 136. So I did the math in my head, 135. So how in the world were you at 30? You clearly didn't do the freelisting.com thing. Banks aren't stupid. You're way under offering what the thing is, man. I'll tell you, if you got under contract for 30, you would probably make $100,000 on the deal. I don't think you're going to do that. I hope so, right? I mean, I got 115K on a deal once, so maybe, right? I've done a couple 100Kers. But looking here to freelisting.com, that's what it is, man. And so you're coming to me like, what's the issue? First of all, we got the numbers wrong. And the point of subject to deals is the numbers have to be right. The numbers clearly were wrong here. So let's look here. So 136. Why does the seller? So actually, let's talk about this first part. We have an issue here. What's owed on the property again? Like 170, you said?
179.
179.
That's the mortgage.
So they probably just got that mortgage very recently, especially at 6%. I would say they probably got what we call a HELOC, which is a home equity line of credit. I'm not exact on this. I'm just guessing. But with that interest rate, unless they got that in like the earlier 2000s, probably got a HELOC recently for it. And I could see an appraiser being stupid, like, oh, thing's worth 170. I could see that.
Okay.
That being said, they owe more than what you could offer, which is not good, right? And so we could do a subject to, but I probably want to do a subject to. The problem with the subject to is at one. Actually, no, subject to actually might work because you're way overpaying for it. So let's say 130, 140 on this. All right, so let's do the math really quick. If I have to put let's say, were they a 170? You said. Okay, if you 170, let's say I have to put in. You said 30K. So if I gave the seller, say $5,000, and I had to put 30 grand in it, that means I'm in it for 35K. How much can that be in cash flow? Do you know that?
How much cash flow could that be?
Yeah, rent per month.
No.
This is stuff we have to do. So there's websites called like rentometer.com. My best guess, I think, probably get $1,600 a month. Okay. If I get $1,600 a month, I'm guessing here, but like I'm not here to a 4-hour convo about this deal. $1,600 a month. At $1,600 a month, let's take 70% off the bat just for expenses. I know it should be probably more than that, but let's do that. At the end of the year, you should get around, let's say, $13,400. Okay.
Okay.
$13,400 divided by the 35K I put into the property. That's a nice 38% return. That's a good subject to deal. So I would say on this deal, let's say we do 15 instead. All right. So 13.5 divided by, let's say we did, the last one was, 35. So 35, let's do 50. So about, yeah. And so I would say the most you can do is give 15 grand on the subject to on this property. And that's me doing my stupid, simple math on it. Now, the reason why you should go to freelancing.com, a whole subject to things is in there. But you have to learn first and foremost what a PITI is, which is principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And so you got to figure out what the loan amount is and all these things. Now, that seems like a great subject to deal. You know, it's the one thing we forgot?
What?
PITI. So if I just took the property over, I would make that amount. The issue is, if I'm making at the end of the year $13,400 and I just gave 35 grand for the property, it's great. But if I have to pay 15 grand for the mortgage every month or for the year, I lose $1,600. So doing the math here, because of the interest rate and all these things, that's probably not a good subject to deal. Okay. So I think unless something changes, you're not going to do well in it. You got to figure the numbers out. But you got to look at the cash flow, man. Cash flow. If it makes sense, if it doesn't make dollars and cents, it doesn't make money. So you figure out how much the loan payment is, how much you're going to have to probably put into the property, and see if there's a profit. Okay. That's the best way to figure it out. And if you're not going to make at least 20 to 25% after everything, it's not a good subject to deal.
Okay.
That's my personal way to get rid of it. What?
I guess I'll just have to let the lead go then.
Why do you say that?
Well, I'm not well. Wait. Well, first off, do you have contracts for subject twos?
What state?
It's in Georgia.
In Georgia, you can use a closing attorney to help you out with that one.
Closing attorney? Okay.
Yeah, I don't have 50 different subject to ones. Okay. But Movement, why do you automatically go, I should just give up? Why did you say that automatically?
Well, because I'm only versed in like regular wholesaling, not subject twos.
Okay. But did you hear what I asked you to do? Did I tell you to quit?
No.
Are you a quitter?
No.
Then why do you automatically want to quit? Think about that. You quit because you didn't understand it, so you automatically just wanted to give up, which is not good. Okay? Okay. When you see something you're not nervous, it's okay. Subject twos are great in Georgia. What I told you to do is figure out what the loan payments were and see if there's a way you can help them out.
Okay.
First and foremost, and then come back to me and I can help you out with it, all right?
Okay.
Based on the numbers I did, if I didn't have to pay a stupid big monthly mortgage payment, it works. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So I would probably say lean towards it's not being a deal, but figure out what the mortgage is on it. Fair and when they got the loan, all right?
Okay. All right, I'll do that. Thank you.
All right. Sounds good, man. Oh, next here we got Justin.
What's going on, man?
I'm blessed. What's up? How can I help you out?
All right, so I've been in this whole analysis paralysis. That's how you say it, right? Analysis paralysis.
Yeah, whatever.
In that little limbo. I just wanted to come on here and see if we can create like a 30-day get a deal action plan, specifically with land. Land really interests me.
Why does land interest you?
Because I heard it was a bit simpler than doing houses.
Like, who told you that?
I just finished watching a video with a couple other people.
Was it for me and Rick?
Your dad.
He said land was simpler than wholesaling houses.
Easier.
So that's what attracted you towards it.
And then also some other people on my timeline on YouTube.
That's great. How many HUDs have they shown on land?
None, if I'm being real with you.
You sound like a monk. You don't. All right. I don't show many HUDs on vacant land because I don't do a ton on those. I show a lot of HUDs on houses. So think about that for a second. Next time you're doing vacant land, think, man, I haven't really seen many checks. You don't see many checks.
And also less competition too. That's what I heard as well.
There's less competition. There's less checks. All right. Like, I mean, hey, you can be the underwater basket weaving champion in the world. How cool is that? There's not a lot of competition in that, right? Like, I'm just telling you, man. It sounds sexy, but no guru is really showing any results with it. And I do vacant land deals, but like the ones we have on YouTube are like 4,000 or 5,000. They're not massive deals, dude. I'm just letting you know. Yeah, vacant land's easier, and there are ways to do it, but there's less of those deals out there. And so I get a lot of people get in the trap of I'm only going to do vacant land, and they're like, yeah, there's less competition, but you run out the list really quick. What market are you in?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. All right. Rhode Island's actually, I've had about 4 or 5 people send me checks in Rhode Island this year, which is weird.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude. Go to Wholesaling Houses for Real, search Rhode Island. It's nuts. Rhode Island's popping for some reason. I don't know why, but that's not a bad market for houses specifically. So you want to start wholesaling land. How about we do half land, half regular houses? Okay.
I'll do that. Okay.
Sound good? All right.
Yeah.
Let's do that. All right. I'm not saying no to it, right? Because I got some guys and gals that do great with the land. All right. But I'm just saying, I hate for like so many people try to get into land thinking it's going to be like this big change of the world, but it's really not. Right? It's a different type of grind. Because the grind's not finding the deal for land. The grind is finding the cash buyers for the land. Versus in houses, it's more of a grind to find the houses and less of a grind to find the buyers. So think about that for a second. The grind's the same. It's just where you're putting the grind. So let's talk about this. Rhode Island, do you want to do in person, virtual? What's the
virtual? It's virtual.
Okay. And so I think you should have a goal of making at least 3 offers a week for someone that really wants to sell. 5's ideal, but let's try 3.
Okay.
That should be the main goal.
3 a week?
3 a week for houses. That's a good amount, dude. It's a very good amount if they're qualified. These aren't FISBOs. These aren't like, this is like, hey, I want to sell my house. You go through the whole thing. If you make 3 offers, if your closing rate's 50%, you'll get a deal a week, right? So it's like, that's not bad. A lot of people get really like, that's not enough. You're making offers to the wrong type of people. 3 should be plenty to feed you. 3 offers should make $500,000, but it depends on who you're offering, right? So if that is the main goal, we have to figure out how to get to that goal. And how do we make offers? We got to do marketing, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's the point. So what's your thoughts on it? What do you feel like's best? What kind of marketing do you like? What kind of list do you like? I can tell you.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. So cold calling, I have not been consistent with, but you had mentioned the texting. I want to know more about that. Like, is that as efficient as cold calling, or is cold calling the best?
It's efficient as cold calling, but it's more expensive. And so, like I said, it's a different type of grind quote. You're paying, it's easier, but you're paying with money, not with time. Cold calling, you're paying with time, not with money. And so they're different grinds, and they're different types of marketing. I would personally say for you, cold calling is probably going to be better as a beginner because you're going to gain skills talking to sellers virtually that you would never have through texting. You just gain some skills, but let's be honest with you, Justin. What are your closing skills right now?
Funny story, when I first found out about wholesaling in October, I did a JV deal with these kids. I had to pay $300 to join their Discord, but they just told me to call. Yeah, it was horrible. I know. But they told me to call a bunch of FISBOs. They just had to go on the for sale by owners on Zillow and give me addresses of rundown houses, and they'll close them. And then they give me like finder's fees. It wasn't very big, but it was something. It paid back my $300 investment, I guess.
Wow.
After that, analysis paralysis. Like, I never got any deals. I went on one appointment, but didn't close that.
So let's do this.
So my closing rate is not good.
First of all, you need to go to the 30-day wholesaling challenge at freewholesaling.com.
Yeah.
Have you done that?
No.
Okay, now we're going back to the Buddha. Because you're trying to figure it. No, you haven't. All right. Go to the 30-day wholesaling challenge, man. How many times have you heard me say the word freewholesaling.com?
Probably about 1 million.
Why haven't you done it?
I'll be real with you, because isn't all your videos from wholesaling.com on YouTube?
They are?
Well, a lot of them. Well, I've been on wholesaling.com before, but a lot of your videos, I see them here. I just type up, contracts, wholesaling on YouTube, or text blasting, or the cold calling. But I'll give it a try,
I put videos in freewholesaling.com that are edited, so they're shorter. And then there's top of them, there's videos because I have private servers that aren't in the YouTube channel at all. Also, the most important part, they're custom tailored where you, the analysis paralysis, can stop doing that. Here's the problem, Justin. Yeah, it's all on YouTube. What has that led to you?
No deals, no money.
So do you want to keep doing that, or do you want to go through freewholesaling.com, actually go through the whole thing?
Go through the whole thing.
you're putting an excuse in your mind right now. You have a little firewall that says, you know what, it's all on YouTube, so I don't need to watch it. Why are you putting roadblocks in front of your success? That's the real question. Because if you're doing this now, if you get a good seller, is your mind going to go to, well, I'm not good enough talking to sellers, I shouldn't close this person. Because you're automatically doing that to go to freewholesaling.com. Are you going to do that when it comes to actually doing a deal? Are you going to do it when it comes to talking to a cash buyer? Oh, there's no good cash buyers, you shouldn't call. Your mind is making these weird things in your head to stop you from becoming successful. I don't understand it. You have to cut that out of your life. It's a very toxic thing, man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad right now, but it's going to get worse because once you have that habit of saying, oh, I shouldn't do it because of X, what's going to happen, man? So I personally recommend you go through the 30-day wholesaling challenge and you stop making excuses. Okay? It's going to be better than any Netflix or TikTok you're watching. Better than any stupid wholesale Discord. Next thing we're going to do, dude, is we are going to figure out our virtual wholesaling market. Do you have a virtual wholesaling market picked out?
I mean, I would ideally probably do Rhode Island, but I wanted to see because I'm for sure there's probably better markets than here. I'm in a small.
Justin, do you know how to find a good virtual wholesaling market?
I've watched some videos like before this live stream. I was watching a video. It was either you or your dad talking about list source. Looking on there.
The problem is when you search on YouTube, you're not finding the videos that actually going to help you out. That's the problem with YouTube. The videos that do well and get great clicks, they're great videos, but sometimes there's videos that don't get a lot of clicks that are actually way more important for you. And that's why I specifically put it in a curriculum for you to watch. As of right now from this conversation, do you know the 2 criteria that make a good virtual wholesaling market?
Yeah. So the population has to be over 400K. No, the median home price has to be over 400K, and then population 50. Right?
Okay. So Justin, you just said your criteria you thought is the median home price has to be above 400K and the population
below.
You said above.
Below, sorry. Or
Okay.
400K would be too high.
So you go through freewholesaling.com. I think you have your information crossed. And so the problem with YouTube is you can watch a video from 4 years ago and you should get the current one. Go to 30-day wholesaling challenge, pick a virtual wholesaling market. If you watch the videos in 30-day wholesaling challenge, I tell you, time yourself for 30 minutes and pick a market. That's all you get. And do that.
On the 30-day, they'll teach me. Well, you guys me how to pick a market there?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I did the video. I'll tell you what it is. You sit down for 30 minutes and you choose one market that fits those 2 criteria and then boom, pick it. Because you have analysis paralysis. Your brain's trying to stop you. I don't know why. Pick a market. And then once you do that, you're going to identify the best areas by cold calling the cash buyers, for rents probably. And then you're going to go start pulling government lists and start marketing. That is it. So you want a game plan for you. Let me give you a game plan for success. Pick a virtual market, talk to the cash buyers, figure out what areas they want to buy, pull government lists in those areas, and then market to those areas, close the deal, make money. That's what it is.
Gotcha. Okay, that's a little backwards. That's pretty new to me. I've always did the other way around.
Why? Because you didn't go to freewholesaling.com. Come on, man. On top of this too, I know for a fact your brain is going to create roadblocks on every single one of those processes. Oh yeah, you know this other guy on YouTube, I should probably listen to him instead on this specific part. And you're going to do this, and it's going to be a mess, dude. Follow the plan and stick to it. The point of being successful is you got to create a schedule and you have to consistently stick to it. Once you start dilly-dallying around it, it's not going to do well. So repeat back to me the plan I just put out for you.
Go to freewholesaling.com. Follow that. Pick a market, 30 minutes. Stick to that plan.
What's the next step? You pick a market. What's the next step?
Oh, cold call the cash buyers. Ask how much they want to pay.
How do you find the cash buyers?
The props.
You didn't go to freewholesaling.com. So you haven't gone to freewholesaling.com enough, so you don't know, because it probably wasn't a sexy thumbnail for you or something. So go back to it. You will know you should cold call the for rents, the cash sales, the auctions, the companies, Facebook groups, and all these other great things. which aren't really sexy YouTube videos, but it's true. So that's number 3, cash buyers. What are you gonna do after that?
Pull government lists in those areas where they want to buy,
Yes.
and then market to them.
By doing what?
Cold calling,
Cold calling. How are you gonna find their phone number?
skip trace.
How? Where?
We'll probably like use the True People search for now.
Perfect. And guess what you're gonna do? You know what the script you're gonna use?
I did some cold calling before, so yeah, I just pretty much say they answer the phone. Hey, are you the owner of 123 Main Street? They say yes, and I'll say, are you willing to sell the property? No, I need some help with that.
You need to go to freewholesaling.com, dude.
Yeah, I do.
See what happens when you want to skip freewholesaling.com and learn only from my YouTube videos? You're getting stuff all over the place. That's why I have it specifically like this. Are you the owner of the property, and are you interested in selling that house? Boom, MCTP. You just got to go to freewholesaling.com, man. The reason is, if you don't go to freewholesaling.com, you're just going to end up where you're at right now. And I don't think you trying to get out of that situation is going to hurt you at all. So do it, man. I think you got this. I want you to come back next week, and I want you, because I will remember, you trust me, you're the guy that is talking smack about freewholesaling.com.
No, I'm not talking smack.
Not by the way, I think it's talking smack because you didn't go through it. Because I talk about it all the time, and you still haven't gone through it. I will remember you from Rhode Island, and I'll say, did you pick the market? And you're going to tell me what market you picked.
Gotcha.
And if you say, oh, I haven't figured it out yet, I'm going to scream back at you, okay?
No, that's going to be done after this live.
You got 30 minutes, dude. I'm telling you, go through the course. Don't skip a video. I personally, me and Rick, for days, went through every YouTube video I've ever done and put them in a curriculum so you could get the right information the right way. So I'm telling you, man, go after it, dude. This is a foolproof plan. The question is, are you going to do it or not? Do you have a favorite sport?
Baseball and basketball.
Baseball and basketball. Let's talk about basketball, okay? Do you have a favorite basketball player?
Kobe.
Kobe? Love Kobe. Do you know in basketball, if your form is perfect, but you're a stupid slow shooter, you don't make any baskets because people are super fast, right?
Yeah.
So you got to like shoot well. Like Kobe, he had a good form, but he just had to like just pull up and shoot in the best kind of form he had, right? Like it wasn't perfectly like squared shoulders and some he'd just run out and do like crazy stuff. You have to do the same thing. If you sit around all day and analyze the shot, like, okay, am I in the right position? Is the guy over here? Okay, am I clear? Am I good? Is my knees right? You're going to get blocked, okay? You're just automatically going to get blocked, all right? Just got to go. Take the action. The analysis paralysis is what's stopping you. You're hesitating. Hesitation in basketball doesn't work, okay, unless you're doing it to juke somebody out. You're hesitating on the basket. You keep getting blocked. You're like, what do I do? Just shoot. Stop. Do the best shot you possibly can, because what happens if you miss? Go back and shoot again. That's it, man. You keep getting blocked at the three-point line because you're taking too much time. You just got to go.
Right. You are right.
I teach a lot of wholesaling, man. And this is one of the few, like this is one of the easy ones I can put in. You're now too much analysis. You're getting blocked on the shot. Go faster, man. You got this.
Gotcha. All righty, man. Thank you.
All right, I believe in you. Okay, I know.
Well, what day should I come on live to?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Give me a market on Thursday. It's gentle bullying to a point because I need you to go to freewholesaling.com. Because every single time you hop back on here, I'm going to tell you go through freewholesaling.com. And guess what? I ask you questions, and if the answers aren't right, I know you didn't go through freewholesaling.com. That's the scary part.
Nah.
I made the stinking course. So I'm telling you, man, I'll know if you went through it or not, all right?
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, go after it.
All right, man. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. Guys, I have to be hard on y'all sometimes. The only reason I got to be hard on some people is because some people need that. They need that push. Some people are fine. If you don't want me to go hard, I won't go hard on you. I'm just telling you. It's your life. And I truly believe Justin, he has the tools. He has the skills to get rich, but he's just not doing it the right way. And I know he could, if he switches some stuff on, I got to be hard on him. So if I'm not hard on him, he won't make that change, and it'll get him rich. Last one here, we got Andrew. What's up, man?
Hey, man. How we doing? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. I'm blessed, man. What's up? How can I help you out?
Yeah, man, I feel the same way. So I just want to say thank you first, bro, because we talked to you for the first time a little less than a year ago, like 9 months ago.
Okay.
And this Friday we'll be at our first 100K, so we're pretty stoked.
I love it.
Yeah,
You got to
man.
hop on the podcast, dude.
Be glad to.
Get a full break on it.
Love the plus. So we've been watching your training videos because we've been doing a bunch of VA trainings on our end.
Well, you haven't been on any of the Zooms. I don't know you. What's up with that?
It was probably in the fall, man, and we just went quiet and didn't work. So
Well, plus, you can hop on the Zooms, dude. You can DM me every day.
fair enough.
I don't see it.
We joined Plus yesterday, like last night.
Okay. Well, hop on the Zooms, man. I know everyone on there because I have a good memory, and they hop on. So, yeah, DM me stuff, dude. I can always help you out with deals and stuff. But 100K, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, man, for sure. We've done. We're in Jacksonville, so we're not too far from you guys.
Dude, I love Jacksonville, man. It's a weird market, dude.
It is.
But once you can figure out the buyers and the streets, it's good. I had a really tough time dispoing in Jacksonville for a while until I really figured it out. And that was you probably had to do the same process too.
We've got a couple key guys we like to sell stuff to, and then we do stuff in the county next door as well, which has been way easier. We made our most on mobile homes, which was hilarious.
Oh yeah, it's cheap real estate, dude. And a lot of wholesalers don't go after mobile homes.
Mm-hmm. So, but my question for you is: so we just got our first 2 VAs. We're about 4 weeks into them. They're not qualifying. They're just, are you interested? Are you the owner? What do you guys do on your end in your system when they actually push a lead? Are you guys doing a live transfer, or are you guys just getting to it as fast as you can?
So
with like 2 phone calls.
So I'll tell you. So first of all, Flipbook Plus, the whole VA training thing's on there, and inside of that, it just teaches the VA. If someone's interested, say, hey, someone on our team will give you a call back tomorrow or whatever. So it would probably say, hey, my partner Andrew's actually going to give you a call back. Is it okay if he calls you back later today or like in an hour or two? And he can give you more information about the property. Probably has some questions. The point of the VA, man, is the VA is not supposed to close a deal. They're not supposed to do that, none of that, because you want that connection. Remember, part 2 today was all about connecting. You want that on the acquisitions person. I don't want the VA to build all this rapport, and then we bring it up to Andrew, who's the new guy that doesn't have that rapport built. So what's the rapport? It's about when the seller thinks that you understand them. And yeah, I was talking to Sally all day, but now Andrew doesn't understand me. He doesn't get my problems. And I have to repeat my problems again. Oh, right? You don't want that. And so it's done specifically. If you're looking to sell it, we gently nudge you off the VA and we go to the next person. On top of that, a lot of VAs have accents. You don't want them talking too long. I'm not saying that in a bad way, man, but like your team is better at closing than any VA, and you don't want to waste a lead.
Right. So you guys normally, so within 24 hours, what's your criteria from
Like it pops in the, like my acquisitions agents are pretty much there, 9 to 5, basically. Sometimes 9 to like maybe 10 to 7, like whatever it is. They're on appointments. They'll get a notification on their phone. Oh, new lead. Boom. Because if they don't get the lead, acquisitions guy number 3 is going to get the lead. Go fast, right?
Okay, that's cool. Cool, man.
So we make it a point, man. And so it's like, okay, John's going to call me. All right. And then boom, John calls him. Simple as that, man. You just got to get people that are interested in selling the property, because you want that VA. The VA is supposed to do the things that you want to do. And I don't want to cold call all day, every day anymore. So that's all the VA does. I like closing sellers, so we'll have our team close the sellers. That's it.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, that's what we got going. So I just wanted to get verification. So I got a couple of guys in the market that they do like this whole live transfer, and it's complicated. And I was like, that's not what we're doing, but I wanted your input.
No, dude, more complicated, you make it the worse. And on top of that, too, with the Flipboard Plus, there's a lot of Jacksonville guys. They're going to have deals that they need help selling. And you could probably, in Plus, this year make 50K just in assignments, probably 100K of assignment deals you split by just connecting your buyers with them. If you don't want to, like kind of your C-list buyers, if you connect them with them, you'll do well. That's just another thing, because you make quick 50K. Why not? You made 100 this year. Why don't we just add another 50 on the bottom line? Why not?
Yep. We started real estate 12 months ago, and then we found you guys like 8 or 9 months ago. And so now we're trying to see what we can do the next like year 2. We're trying to do way more. So
let's do a podcast. We'll get you sent in. I mean, we had I know Daniel. We had a podcast with him. Next week, he made $50,000 in JV deals from that one podcast.
Wow.
I bring people go on the podcast not to talk about themselves, because I'm like, go on the podcast. I'll make you a quick 50K. Kansas City. So I'm telling you, you guys get rich with it. So I'll talk to you. Yeah, that's great, man. I'll
Cool,
look
man.
forward to talking to you. DM me. I'll help you out with your systems and stuff too. All right.
Sweet. We'll see you in the lives on the Facebook and the plus stuff. Thanks, man.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Boom. All right, guys. So that's it today, guys. That is the live stream for today, guys. I'm telling you, if you want to join, you go to flipalertplus.com. We do have a live event in October, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully see Andrew there. It's not too much of a drive for him, I don't think, in Jacksonville. But free live events. We got 15 courses in there, and we do extended live streams. So I'll probably go for an extra 30, 45 minutes in that today, and then bonus and stuff like that. But guys, if you want to get started in wholesaling and you want to make 100K just like Andrew and you got no money at all, don't do that. Go to freewholesaling.com first. Learn wholesaling for free. Hopefully, Justin is going to actually go to freewholesaling.com so he can actually get rich. And that's the point, guys. Get rich. Go to freewholesaling.com. I want to help you make 100K, and I want you to make millions of dollars in wholesaling, but it all